Hey there everybody. So in this video we are going to start classifying our triangles. So when we are asked to classify a triangle, you're going to be asked to identify how the sides and angles of a triangle relate. Okay, so when we name a triangle by its sides, we are going to use these three names. There are four names for angles, which we will get into later. All right, so when we say a triangle is scalene, what that means is we have no congruent sides. That means all of my sides are different. Okay, so that's going to look like this. So if we have a triangle, let's draw a triangle. It means all three sides are going to have a different number of congruent ticks. You can also draw in a triangle and give it side lengths like 3, 4, and 5. All the sides are different, or no sides are congruent. That means scalene. So isosceles means that we have at least two congruent sides. So two sides are going to be the same. So if I give you a triangle and two sides are marked congruent, that's isosceles. You can also do it with side lengths. If I draw in my triangle, I can say this triangle is 3, 3, and 5. So both of these are examples of isosceles. Equilateral means that we have three congruent sides. All sides are the same in an equilateral triangle. Equilateral means the same. So I would give you a triangle that looks like this, and it has the same, every side will have the same number of congruent ticks. Or I can give you a triangle where every side is the same length this way, 3, 3, and 3, however that works for you. All right, so those are the three ways to name a triangle by its sides. Scalene, all three sides are different. Isosceles, two sides are the same. Equilateral, three sides are the same. When we name our triangles by angles, there's going to be four ways to classify or name our triangles by angles. The first one is acute. Acute means that this triangle will have three acute angles. Each angle will be between 0 and 90 degrees. That makes this triangle acute. Acute means every angle is less than 90. So if I had like 80 and I did 20 and, you know, let's not do 80. Let's make that 30. So 80, 30, and 70. This triangle would be acute. Okay, three acute angles. There we go. A right triangle. A right triangle has one right angle and two acute angles. Okay, so one right angle and two acute angles. So that would look like this. And what we would look for here is either a right angle box, or you could look for a triangle that actually said 90 degrees. If it gave you the angles, one of these could be 90, and then the other two would be acute. Okay, so I could give you just that right angle box. That means a right angle, and that makes that a right triangle, and then the other two angles are acute. An obtuse triangle has one obtuse angle and two acute angles. If it has one obtuse angle, that is enough to say obtuse. So that means one angle greater than 90, and then the other two are going to be smaller than 90. So that would look something. So this, by appearance, would be an obtuse triangle. And then if we were to label it somehow, this could be like 120. And so that would be obtuse. And then our last triangle by angle, naming our last one by angle, is called equiangular. Equiangular will have three congruent angles, And when we say all angles are the same, that's true. But what we are going to find out later is that will always be 60 degrees. So equiangular would be this. That triangle would be equiangular because it has three congruent angles. They're all the same. Or if you were to do it with numbers, it would be 60 degrees, 60 degrees, 60 degrees. And fun fact, any equiangular triangle is also equilateral. So that is how we name our triangles by sides and angles. Our three side names, again, are scalene, isosceles, and equilateral, the ones towards the top. Scalene, all my sides are different. Isosceles, two sides are the same. Equilateral, three sides are the same. And then naming them by angles, we have acute, three acute angles. A right triangle has one right angle. An obtuse triangle has one obtuse angle. An equiangular has three angles that are all the same, and they'll all be acute, all 60. Okay, so what I want you to do is I have described a triangle name here from what we just went over, and I want you to give me the best name for that. So what do we call a triangle with one right angle? What do we call a triangle with three congruent sides, etc., etc.? All right, if you got any questions, Patriots, let's get back to us. Ask your teacher, and we will see you when we see you.